You're listening to the Craig Proctor Real Estate Show. Each week, I'm going to be interviewing top realtors from coast to coast to give you a backstage pass on how they've created their amazing real estate empires and how you can copy them. Hi, this is Craig Proctor, and welcome to the Craig Proctor Real Estate Show. Today, I've got my special guest, Tracy King from Knoxville, Tennessee. Tracy, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic, Craig. Good to see you.
Hey, man, it's always great to see you. You've been a long-time Craig Proctor member. So proud of you. We were talking just before we got started here, and you said you made $1 million in GCI last month. That's quite an accomplishment. How did you do that?
Well, it took a lot of effort. It was our first month that we've ever hit that. So now we have a new target, but it took a lot of effort from an entire team of people to help to make that accomplish.
Our topic today is, it's unbelievable, but how you take over 60 listings on an average month, not just like once in a while, like you do this routinely. On an average month, you take 60 listings on. Even though there's a massive shortage of inventory in the marketplace. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Again, if you're joining us a little bit late, I'm real estate coach Craig Proctor. This is the Craig Proctor Real Estate Show. And I am speaking to Tracy King, one of the top real estate agents in Knoxville. Or are you the top agent in the area?
Yeah, we're at the top sales team in Knoxville.
That's cool. What other areas do you service there?
We service what's known as the Great Smoky Mountains, which is Sevier County. It's Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge. It's a big investment tourist town, so we service that. And then we service every county that touches Knox County. So we service about 8 counties right now. And then we just branched out to another part, upper East Tennessee, which is Tri-Cities, and then down into Chattanooga. So we got the entire eastern region of East Tennessee that we're working in now.
Working towards world domination. I love it, Tracy. Hey, and by the way, if you're a realtor in the areas that Tracy works, you might want to reach out to him because his team is expanding. He's got massive lead generation happening and really is just on a huge growth curve here. He's always looking for great, talented realtors to join his team. What's your team look like right now, Tracy?
Well, I was going to say, Craig, we have 45 agents right now, and we still need more. We don't have enough agents to cover the amount of business that we're producing. So thanks to you and your coaching system program. But we have 45 outside agents is what we like to call them. And then we have 10 what we call inside sales agents, ISAs, the model that I think you invented, as far as I know. And then we have 8 staff that help, and then we have 13 or so virtual assistants that help support the entire team.
Now, obviously, it didn't start off that way. You started off with you and your wife, Chris, and you started off small and you grew this thing. So let's get right into that. Like, how do you grow this massively huge real estate machine? How do you get these listings? How do you work your way up to averaging 60 listings every month?
Yeah, so my wife, Chris, the co-founder of this company, she and I were just working together, and then we had 2 admin, and just the 2 of us, we were doing over 100 deals a year. So we were working a lot, and then that's when we found your system, and we got introduced to Craig Proctor, implemented the system, and so really, Craig, a lot of it has to do with the system and the process, and also the message to marketplace, which you teach us a lot about. Is you made a statement a few weeks ago, maybe it's been a couple months now. We were down in Florida at the Titanium, I think it was, event, and you made a statement that treat sellers like buyers. And I wrote that down, and I pondered on that for a little while, and I'm like, treat sellers like buyers. And so when I implemented that thought process and developed messages around it, working with my coach Todd, we created a message to the marketplace that's just, it's been incredible.
Can you give us a few examples of what you mean by this?
Yeah, so for instance, in our marketplace, we have, in most marketplaces right now, you have a lot of sellers who are buyers, but they are afraid to buy because they don't want to be homeless. They're not sure they're going to be able to find a property that's going to suit them, their needs. So they're unwilling to put their house on the market. And so we created
until they find another property, they're hesitant to stick a for sale sign on their front lawn.
Yeah, and then sometimes it's too late. They can't even make an offer because most sellers are like, no, I'm not going to wait on you when I got all these other people who are like can close like immediately, and I don't have any of the other contingencies. So it makes it really difficult for those. So it's a fear. So we addressed the fear in the marketplace, and one of the ads we've got is we have an exclusive. I'm going to read it here off the side here. So it's on the radio, and we have an exclusive home hunter service guarantees that you'll find your ideal home. Hey, hi, this is Tracy King, your home sale guaranteed realty, King's Real Estate Team. When you work with me, not only will I help you find the perfect home, but I also guarantee that your present home will sell before you take possession of your new one. I'll even double down on that. In the unlikely event that your home doesn't sell, I'll buy it myself. Want to know more? Call me now. And I'll leave the number. But then we also added in a text, which I got this from another team Titanium member, Wally Kerr, and it's been working really well. So we added on here, let's see, how would you like to know what your home would sell for today? Just text your address to the text number. You'll get no phone call. You'll just get a simple text of your home's value. Then when you're ready to sell, just remember I have the buyers as your home sale guaranteed realty. So that's the message in that fashion that we've been hitting the airways with TV and radio, and it's been massive. So we generate on any given week, we're generating 200 plus seller leads every week.
That's amazing. So you're really hitting the marketplace hard with exactly what it is that buyers and sellers want. Okay, yes. So the point is there's a massive shortage of inventory. Sellers are reluctant to list their home before they find another property. And now you're offering a guaranteed sale where they can move up, buy a property through you, make a cash offer, and get this upfront guarantee so they have no risk of getting stuck owning two homes. And that is consistent in your marketing everywhere. And everyone can notice behind Tracy, you can see his company name is Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. So, your guaranteed sale offer is really like everywhere, including the way you answer your phone, the name of your company, it's on your radio and television ads. How important has that guaranteed sale offer been to your business?
Well, it's the game changer. It's what if you're the agent that you run around town telling everybody that, telling every seller like, hey, I'll guarantee to sell your home. Excuse me. If it doesn't sell, if I don't sell it in the time frame that we agree upon and the price we agree upon, how many more listings are you going to get? I can tell you right now, I'm getting over 60 a month, so it works really well. It's a great.
It certainly gets the phone to ring. So how many calls do you think you would get into your office every month? Just people inquiring about, hey, how does this guaranteed sale program work?
Oh goodness. I can tell you by the day, we're averaging about 10 to 15 calls a day. So.
And what do those phone calls sound like, Tracy?
Well, they're just saying, hey, I've heard about you, I've heard this advertisement or seen your billboard or something, and I wanted to talk to you guys about selling my house and how's this guaranteed sale program work? And then we set them up with an agent, and the agent goes out and writes them up.
Right. Now, you don't guarantee every property. There are like terms and conditions to this, but it's a very fair offer, to the naysayers, because I know we'll have some naysayers that are watching this and they have a preconceived notion about the guaranteed sale program. They might say, well, this is a bait and switch or some other negative perception that they have without really getting all the information. So, we want to make sure everyone has all the information. If you're a realtor watching this right now and you don't care for the guaranteed sale program, you've got a bad perception about this, you should give it an opportunity, because I'll tell you who really likes the guaranteed sale program is the buyers and sellers. If we really think about what buyers and sellers really want, one of the number one offers they want is they just want to get their property sold. Much like you would trade in a car, right? Like, sure, you could sell your used car on Auto Trader. It's way easier just to drive it into the dealership and, they'll take your car in trade and you drive off with your new car. So when people are buying and selling real estate, if they've got a home and they want to buy another one, they've got a problem. And Tracy King, the Tracy King team at Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty in Knoxville, Tennessee, rises to the occasion and solves that problem for more home sellers in the area than anybody else. In fact, if you joined us a little bit late, Tracy just come off his biggest month, $1 million in GCI in 1 month. Heck, Tracy, there's a lot of realtors that don't do $1 million in GCI in their career, right? Like that's a career for many realtors. And here you are doing it in a month. And you want to check this out, folks, because here's a guy that started off with his wife. He's not in New York City or Los Angeles, right? He's in a smaller marketplace, but expanding. I mean, your marketplace is really limitless now. You just keep expanding it and expanding. What are your goals? Like, what do you see yourself in, say, 5 years?
In 5 years, goodness, we'll be in pretty much all over the state of Tennessee, but we'll be in other marketplaces, particularly in the vacation type marketplaces, because that's an area that we're really good at. And so I could see us going into other vacation type locations.
Now you've got a huge short-term rental business as well. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, so we have a rental company, short-term. So we sell a lot of investment properties in the Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge area. It's a lot of people may not realize that, more people are now, but it's a very large tourist area because of the Great Smoky Mountains. It's the number one national park that's visited in the country. We get over 12 million visitors a year, but we get over about 18 to 20 million visitors that come through our area. Not everybody goes to the park. So it's a very good tourist area. And we sell the investment properties like overnight short-term rentals. And we put everybody, all of our people are in cash flow positions, and we give them a turnkey product. Not only can we help them find the product or the property, but we also have, my wife runs a branch, mortgage branch that she has. And so we have lending available. And then we have now the other piece, the property management. So we have the whole turnkey package right here.
Were you always entrepreneurial? Because this is amazing. You've got your real estate business, for home buyers and sellers. You've got your short-term rental business. You've got a property management business. Were you always this way, or is this just sort of evolved over the last decade?
No, I've always been an entrepreneur. My wife and I both have. She started up her first business in her garage, and it was a pool and spa business, and she grew that up. And then I worked with a steel service center company and grew it. When I went to that company, I ended up owning 48% of it. But when I started with them, they were doing less than $1 million a year in sales. And I took the company within 5 years to $10 million in sales a year. So I've always had that drive and entrepreneurial, looking for opportunities.
So you really came into real estate with a business mindset. You were really trying to figure out how to make this, a business, not like a job that most realtors have. They're a solo agent and they work dawn to dusk 7 days a week until they get tired, and then that's it. And all the years, all their goodwill, everything they put into it sort of gets wasted. They can't sell it because it's them. Where you actually have something that I'm not going to say it works completely 100% without you, but you're not out there in the trenches doing the listings anymore, working with the buyers. What is your function now?
Yeah, so my function, because I have 4 other businesses besides the real estate company. So my function is I'm the leader of the team. I'm the leader of the company. I have key people in place and leadership. So I'm leading the leadership. I'm working with them very closely. I do meet with the team at least once a week. And we just had a meeting today, matter of fact, this morning, and big carry-in of food and all that, and big celebration of our wins in June. But I work, honestly, Craig, your system and process and all, how I take that same approach in all the other businesses, and it's been a great system. I work Monday through Thursday, and that's it. And
that's unbelievable. That is unbelievable. So if you're watching this right now and you're working 7 days a week and you're you're kind of struggling to making a living at this, we've all heard this, that the more you make, the less you do, but most people just don't know how to do it. So how did you work your way out of, at one point, being in the trenches, working full time, whatever it was, 70 hours a week in real estate, to sort of transitioning out? How did you make that?
Well, that was that took a little time. I had to be careful. I tried it. Honestly, I went too early, and I had to step back in pretty quick. And I realized that the problem was I didn't have enough. I didn't have the right people in the right place. Once I got that figured out and settled, and then I just put in my leadership team. And once we had the leadership team empowered, then the transition went pretty easy.
How many transactions will you do this year?
Well, our goal is 750, but I think we're going to do better than that. I think we're going to be. I really think we could hit 1,000 this year.
That's amazing. 1,000 transactions. There's not too many realtors in the country that do 1,000 transactions. That's awesome. Now, you also are a big giver. You have a worthy cause. You give quite a bit of money back to charity. Why is that important to you, and how does that work?
Wow, why is it important to me? That's a good question. Why is it important to me? Well, I'll do a short summary because it goes back to where being a young man. So I was raised in the housing projects. My father left when I was young, about 9 years old. Left my mom with 5 children. So she had 5 children to raise. And to make the long story short, it's just that I experienced things that economically driven, or things that happen to you that you just couldn't deal with. I mean, there's just things happen that you didn't invite to your life, but just circumstances happen to you. So I've had those experiences, growing up, where we didn't, we lacked food. We experienced hunger. We experienced poor. We just experienced it. And so when you experience it, and then you found a way how to overcome that, then I think for me, my responsibility is to help other people to combat that. And
I believe that is true. It's like you feel it's like you feel compelled. You feel like it's your responsibility to give back. So tell us about what is a worthy cause? Explain worthy cause referral marketing, and how would that work, and why did you choose the worthy cause that you did?
Well, we have 3 worthy causes because of the locations. We have different marketplaces. So we have one our first one we chose was Live It Ministries. Live It Ministries it really focuses on the widows. We have a lot of widows. We're in the Appalachian part, and you would think that the Appalachian region would be out of the poor. It's always been noted the poorest place in the country and of the United States, and so you would think we'd overcome that by now, but we haven't. So that area of widows where their house or their home they live in, it starts deteriorating. They don't have the money. They don't have the skill sets to help repair the house. So it goes really well with what we do as far as a company. We sell houses, we help, we do flips, we do fix up and whatever. Live It Ministries provides the clientele as far as that goes, and then an avenue of getting volunteers to go help, and then an avenue of raising funds to help the widows in the area. So that's big for us. Another place that we do is in Sevier County, and it's the Smoky Mountains Home for Children. So it's orphans. And so we want to help those children who are caught in a place where they didn't bring that on themselves. And we want to help them to move through it. And then another place we do is in Knoxville called the Dream Center. And the Dream Center has different places, but they help a lot of homeless in the area, and not just giving to them, but ministering to them on the streets and And that's a big reason why we chose all three of those worthy causes.
So how do you market these worthy causes? Like you're basically just giving a percentage of your income to these charities.
We also we do give a percentage, but we all on every house that we sell. But every what we do is every quarter we go to these different worthy cause locations and physically help them. So Knoxville Dream Center and Live It Ministry both have a big warehouse, and they need help in the warehouse, or they need something fixed, or we'll go to the actual, a widow's home and do some work, whatever. And then how we market them is in our newsletter, our monthly newsletter that we send out. And we invite them to send us their newsletter, and we put their newsletter in our newsletter and information that they want to share. And we'll market that on social media. All of our social medias, we pronounce, anything they've got going on, we promote it. We encourage people to donate. We encourage people to volunteer. And, giving of yourself, I think is even, everybody needs to give, I think, should give a portion of their income to a worthy cause. But I think you honestly, besides writing the check, you need to physically give of yourself. I think it makes you're just going to be happier that you do that.
Yeah, you're a super nice guy, very generous. You don't forget where you came from, and that's why you're so well known in your marketplace. Maybe not liked by all the realtors, of course, because you've been so brutally successful. It must be hard to compete against you. I mean, 1,000 home sales is the goal here in 1 year. Over $1 million in GCI last month. You got to be very proud about that. Talk about team training. You said this morning you had a meeting with your team. How often does that happen?
Well, team trains every week, and then we have, oh my goodness, we have a lot of training. All of our training comes from Craig Proctor's system, you know that. But we have Your Home Sale Guarantee Realty University. We have so the training that we do is it's hands-on, and then it's out in the field. And some of the things that you taught us, Craig, is shadowing. So shadowing is so huge. So we have agents, our top agents, some of our coaches, mentors, that will go physically take the new agent with them on their appointments. And then when the new agents ready to take appointments, then they go with them on their appointments. And then out in the field is where it really rubber hits the road. We do a lot of in-house, office, classroom type training, but we don't just leave it at that point. We go help them implement it physically going with them, which is a huge, huge deal.
What process do you go through to recruit the agents? Like, how do you find agents that are a good fit for your team?
Well, we have a huge process that we're working on, and I'm actually trying to improve it as we go. But we have social media, we have email that we send to agents. We actually call the agents. We set up an invite to come to a recruiting event that we have here live every 2 weeks. And then we'll even do Zoom meetings with agents. We'll do that weekly, just introduce them to what we're doing, let them find out more behind the scenes of how we do business, ask questions. And, but it's a lot of marketing just to try to get them to know about us.
All right, well, let's talk about marketing. Let's switch gears to marketing for prospects. So you said you use the radio, you use television. Obviously, you're all over social media. Is there anything else that we've missed? Anything else that you're doing right now that's really working well to deliver that very powerful message to your media, to your marketplace?
Yeah, so we do Google My Business, and we're also doing direct mail. Direct mail is still very powerful for us. Always has been ever since I've gotten to the... It's
funny because a lot of realtors will sniff at direct mail. They're like, oh, that doesn't work anymore. And remember, folks, the job of the postcard is to get delivered. That's the job of the postcard. If you're using direct mail and you're not getting results, maybe it's the message, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe if it had a message like Tracys, your home sold guaranteed or we'll buy it, or move up to any one of our listings and we'll buy your home for cash. That type of message on a postcard, I'll make you a guarantee right now. If you use that type of message, you will get phone calls. Even if it's a skeptical seller, they have to call you to say, how does this work? To which you say, really good. When can I come over and have a look at your home? They might just say, well, can you give me the details over the phone? To which you would say, well, I can't possibly tell you what I'd buy your home for without looking at it. It gets your foot in the door, and it's a real program. Okay, this really helps buyers and sellers. Again, if you're a skeptic, you're watching this, you're a naysayer, think, well, this is a bait and switch. I'm going to tell you, I sold thousands of homes using the guaranteed sale program, became the #1 RE/MAX agent in the world. And one of the reasons for that is the guaranteed sale program, offering buyers and sellers the thing they want. You can imagine the messages that other realtors run. I mean, we're gonna work hard for you. We're honest. We're hardworking. We're ethical. We're gonna try hard. Nothing compares to your home sold guaranteed or will buy it. It's the thing that buyers and sellers want. So if you're watching this right now and you're struggling with your marketing, you might want to examine your message, okay, or your offer. What is your offer? One thing that Tracy King knows how to do is make a great offer, and he's using different media to deliver that, whether it's radio, TV, social media, direct mail. Once you find an offer or a message that works really well, that should be everywhere. And you keep doing that until you can find something that will work even better. Well, I've been in this industry now for almost 30 years, Tracy. I haven't found a better offer than your home sold guaranteed or will buy it. It is the ultimate thing that move up buyers are interested in. They've got this house to sell. It's a real estate catch-22. They're afraid if they buy first, they won't be able to sell their home in time. They're afraid if they sell first, they won't find a place, they'll be homeless. So, check it out. You should really investigate this, folks, before you make judgment on the guaranteed sale program. I've made a lot of real estate agents very wealthy, and you've met them, Tracy, including Tracy. Talk about the Craig Proctor members that you've met and how they've influenced you.
Well, it's an incredible group of people who I've become very close friends with. They're all over the country. Actually, they're all over North America. So we have very close friends in Canada, to California, all the way over to the East Coast here. And they're people that will generally want to help you and help you succeed. And they're all givers of themselves and their times. And it's just a wonderful group of people. It's a great culture that you've built, Craig. On top of the programs, on top of the coaching program that you have, it's been fantastic. So I'm extremely thankful to you and to Todd and all those who work behind the scenes to build what you've built. So, and I'm thankful to be a part of it.
Well, I'm thankful that we've been able to attract such awesome people like you, Tracy, and all the other Craig Proctor members. I do hear this from coaching members that come to me from other coaching organizations. They've had another coach before, and they said, well, Craig, what I really like about this is, #1, you actually successfully sold real estate where the other guys, didn't do it, or they, didn't sell real estate at all, or they just weren't that successful. You actually did it at a high level. So I hear that a lot. The other thing I hear is what you just said. Is in the Craig Proctor world, we've got the best sharers. So whatever we're doing to attract people like you and our other Craig Proctor members, they share, they get, a big part of the benefit of being in the Craig Proctor organization is the people that you meet and you become friends with them and you're talking to them on a regular basis. Tracy, what are your final thoughts you'd like to share with everyone today as we get close to wrapping this up? You've had massive success. You've basically come from very humble beginnings, and you haven't forgot where you've come from for sure. You're a big giver. You're a big part of the Craig Proctor community, and that's why I wanted to get you on the Craig Proctor show here today. What would you like to pass on to the thousands of people that are going to watch this?
Well, #1, my faith is a big thing for me. God is good, and I believe He led me in the pathway of Craig Proctor and Todd Walters, without a doubt. I think that in the real estate industry, especially maybe even more so now than ever, is you need a coach. Doing this by yourself, going this way, that's the hard way. It's a tough way to go. And I'm thankful that I was, can't say I was smart enough, but actually my wife told me we had to do something different because she wasn't going to work that hard anymore. So I'm thankful that I was smart enough to listen to my wife and get in on a coaching program and found the best one, absolutely hands down, the best coaching program in the country. I've talked to a lot of agents out there and a lot of different coaching programs, and there's just no comparison to this coaching program. And so my thing I would tell everybody, if you're having a hard time getting business, if you're having a hard time finding to balance your life with business, you really need to look into Craig Proctor's coaching program. It's a game changer, and it's changed our lives. My wife and I, it's hard for me to tell you where we came from to where we are now. It's incredible.
Well, I appreciate your kind words. Look, if you're watching this and you'd like to get some more information about Craig Proctor Coaching, the Craig Proctor organization, I make it really easy. You can set up a free, what we call a breakthrough call with me and my team, absolutely free, no obligation. We'll talk to you for like 45 minutes. We'll do a little Zoom meeting with you so we can see you, get to know you. And then we would ask you a bunch of questions about, who you are, where you are in your business right now, and most importantly, where you'd like to take your business. Most of us, Tracy, we have a pretty good idea of where we are, and we probably have a pretty good idea of where we want to go, but there's usually something that holds an agent back. There's some obstacle, some struggle that they have. That's what we'll help you with on this free breakthrough call is we'll determine what's your obstacle. You know where you are now, you know where you want to go, what's holding you back, why aren't you already doing it? There's this obstacle that we'll help you with. We'll give you our advice on how to remove that obstacle, how to go around that obstacle so you can reach your goals. And if at the end of the 45 minutes, you'd like to carry on with us and work with us, of course, we'd be very happy to have you. But of course, if you don't think we're a good fit, if you're not totally impressed with our conversation, there's no obligation to do anything. So to take advantage of a free breakthrough call with me and my team, just go to proctorcall.com, just my name, proctorcall.com. We'll put it in the comments below, a clickable link, proctorcall.com. We'd love to have at least a conversation. No downside to it, only upside. Now, if you're a realtor and you're in the Knoxville, Tennessee, Sevier County area, and you'd like to take a quantum leap in your business, and you're thinking, heck, I don't need to reinvent all of this. I'm inspired by this Tracy King guy. Why don't I make a decision right now that I would like to make more money and work less and focus on the parts of the job that I love, which is working with buyers and sellers. Let Tracy King take care of the rest of it. Let him take care of the massive marketing and even setting up the appointments. He's got an inside sales team that'll call the leads, qualify the leads, sift and sort them, and set those appointments, those listing appointments and buyer appointments on your day timer. So literally, if you're working for the Tracy King team as an outside sales agent, you're just going from appointment to appointment to appointment. And hey, if you're someone that doesn't want to go out in the appointments and you enjoy the phone work and you want to be trained on a powerful script, never once ever making an outbound call. All these leads that are coming in. I mean, heck, Tracy, you can't even keep up with the inbound leads, let alone have time to make any outbound calls. With the Craig Proctor system, we completely eliminate your need for making any outbound calls. 100% of your business will be inbound inquiries. 100% are of the prospects that Tracy does business are people that are basically chasing him. They're reaching out to him, and he's got this amazing team to provide his clients with the best service possible. So we're running out of time here, Tracy. I want to thank you so much for doing this today. I know you're going to just continue to have successful year after successful year. You're just a real good guy, and it's so nice to see you and your wife, Chris, and all the success you've had. And I can't wait to see you again, of course, at one of our physical conferences. So thank you so much for doing this again. Tracy King, Knoxville, Tennessee. His company is called Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Thank you again so much for doing this, Tracy.
Thanks for having me, Craig.
Thank you. And we'll see everybody next time. Thank you for watching The Craig Proctor Show. Hi, this is Craig Proctor. Hey, I really hope you enjoyed that video. And listen, I've got a lot more information for you to help you grow your real estate business. You see, several times a week, I record new videos and I load them onto this YouTube channel. What I'd like you to do, if you'd like to access them, are two important things, and both are totally free. Number one is I'd like you to subscribe to this channel. You're gonna see a little subscribe button for you to click on. And if you don't already have an account with YouTube, it's free for you to set it up. It's really easy, it's free, but you've got to subscribe to this channel. And the most important thing is to ring the little bell right next to the subscribe button. And that's gonna let you know every time I load new money-making videos to help you grow your real estate business. So make sure you subscribe right now, you ring the little bell, and we'll see you on the next video.